Hi guys, Ty Lord here. Hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. I hear people outside are still having a good time. A lot of fireworks are going off. It sounds like the Civil War, like a Civil War battle outside. Uh, Last night on the way home from my sister's house, everyone was out partying, setting off fireworks, having a great time. Looks like everyone was celebrating from home. Um, But I had some free time today to go look for video games. I had no luck with my I had no luck with my thrift stores or the used media store I go to. However, I did find a nice little lot on OfferUp. It probably is more than I would have spent before the whole COVID situation, but games are starting to climb up in price. And I found a nice little lot of games. One game covers the price of what I spent. It's not really anything special, but I'm very happy with it. Or some games I were looking for PlayStation 2. First of all, I want to talk about Wing Commander 3 here. This isn't part of the lot I got today. I've had this for a while. I picked this up on eBay probably a year ago, back when games were cheaper. I'm glad I picked it up when I did. This is a game for when I was younger. I used to rent it, but I never beat it. I just beat it a few days ago, and I really love this game. If you're into the '90s cheese, I really love like '80s and '90s cheese. When stuff, it seems corny from today's standards, but back then, like we all enjoyed it. I think we always realized it was corny and cheesy, but I really love stuff like this. It takes itself really seriously. It has some great acting. Mark Hamill is in there. Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange is in there. The guy that killed Captain Kirk. A lot of big actors in here. This guy from Indiana Jones here. And the guy that plays Biff is in here, and he plays a character just like Biff. I love this game. Corny as heck, but man, the acting is better than any acting I've seen in any game. It has like real big time Hollywood actors, like a lot of mostly just like blue screen acting. But I really love the vibe of this game. The missions are fun too. You follow through little mission objectives to progress the storyline. Then when you're back at the ship, you can go around sort of point and click and to advance the story with cutscenes. Anyway, really love this game. If you can pick it up on PlayStation 1, PC, or 3DO. Anyway, so because of that, I just beat it this week and I really enjoyed it. I had to have part 4. So my buddy Tom that has a video game store, I found this at his store for $10. Wing Commander 4. It has all the same actors in there. From what I've seen of this, they really upped the production value. Like, there were actual sets, like Hollywood level sets in this. Looks almost like a Hollywood movie in some points. This game was mostly like a blue screen. This one looks like it has actual sets. Looks like a lot higher production value. So I can't wait to get to this one. Anyway, down to my to the pickup I found on OfferUp. I found all of these PlayStation games here for $45 from a lady in my hometown, Turlock, California. That's about maybe 15 minutes away from me right now. Really nice lady. I didn't want to haggle or anything. 45 is, I'm willing to pay that for all of these games. She also had more stuff on her OfferUp page. But I didn't really want to spend more than $45 this weekend. So I'll show you what I got here. These are all PlayStation 1 games. I've been on a PlayStation 1 kick. First one is Galaga, Destination Earth. I've never played this one, but I'm interested in it. Galaga is probably the only shooter I like. I'm not really into shooters. Maybe like the 1940s games. The Capcom shooter games, the 1941s and all that. I like those, but Galaga, I'm not really into space shooters at all. That's not really my genre. But I might try this one, Galaga Destination Earth. because I've always liked Galaga, the arcade game. It was at the pizza place that I used to go to when I was a kid. The original Galaga. Galaga! Anyway, so that one's in there. So happy to have that one in my PlayStation collection now. Real fishing. Nothing important. I don't think it's worth anything. As Galaga, I don't think is worth much. But I didn't have any fishing games. Sometimes these games are relaxing. These little fishing games. I don't really know much about this. It's a Natsumi game. So it can't be bad. The graphics look nice. This one, it was in a Namco museum case, but it looks like it's Q*bert. Atari's Q*bert. So I don't know if this is a remake of Q*bert or not. Anyone knows about that, let me know. I'll probably try it out. I never know what games I'm going to stick with and beat, or just give a try and put back up on the shelf. But Q*bert there. That's not really one I was big into at the arcade. But anyway, got that one. And then there was Namco Volume 3 here, but this one didn't have anything in it. The lady hit me up afterwards and realized that there wasn't a game in it, and she said she would give me another one. But I was already out of town. She said next time, if I ever get anything from her, she'll give me a game. But I wasn't worried about it. She was a nice lady. Anyway, so I have a case for that. Actually, if anyone needs this case, let me know. Beyblade. I'm not sure what Beyblade is. I think that's something from my brother's era, my little brother. This is beyond my time, or this is after my time. This shows how elderly I'm getting. I think it's like a card game or something. I don't know what Beyblade. Or it might be those little spinny top things that the kids would battle with. Don't know anything about that. It's probably not worth anything, but that was part of it. Spec Ops Covert Assault. That's one I've been kind of interested in getting. I'm assuming it's like a tactical third-person military games. Probably like Rainbow Six or something. So I'm looking forward to trying that one out. Okay, here's one. WCW Nitro. This isn't the greatest game. A lot of people do not like this. I do like the presentation of it, though. I do like the graphics, the way that the characters look. They're all accurately proportioned for like their counterpart, their real wrestler counterparts. Like they all look as the size they would be in wrestling. And this has a great roster. I was just looking at it. I just put it in again. I used to play this all the time when I was a kid because there wasn't a big variety of good wrestling games at the time. Actually, N64 had some good ones, but this one, I don't care for that little Street Fighter motions to do wrestling moves. That's how this game did that. I do like how each character has a little video taunt. If on the selection screen, each wrestler has a little video taunt. This has a great roster. Sting, Hogan, the Giant, Ric Flair, Macho Man, Harlem Heat, both of them. I always liked Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat, but he never really went anywhere after Harlem Heat broke up. What else? Alex Wright and Dean Malenko are about like the only people you never hear about anymore. Everyone else are like big names you still hear about. Chris Benoit's in there. I mean, maybe that makes the game worse. Something I don't know. But who else is in there? Yeah. Diamond Dallas Page, 1-2-3 Kid, Lex Luger. It has a really good roster. I think you can do tag team. Hall and Nash are in there. I really like the presentation of this. Not crazy about the controls, but it is what it is. This one I'm not crazy about either. I really forced myself to play this a lot. I used to play this game a lot. I see Mega Dan's really good at this game, and he appreciates it for what it is. I think it's trash, but I kind of respect it. It was like the only WWF game at the time for PlayStation, and it has that Street Fighter motion move again, like to do moves. I can't stand that for wrestling games. So you don't really know what, like if you don't have a manual or a guide or something, you really know how to do the moves, and they're all different. Each wrestler has different moves. Like one guy might go forward punch to do a hip toss. One guy might go back forward punch to do a hip toss. It's just wacky. But you can build your own wrestler and stuff. I mean, this was the pinnacle back then, and it wasn't a very. They weren't very great. They weren't very great to me, but yeah, you could build your own wrestlers. Anyway, Warzone there, and I didn't have. Oh, actually, Tight White gave me a loose copy of this, and I might switch it out with this disc. It's kind of scratched up, so I might put the disc Tight White gave me in this case. So I have a nice copy of that. Here's one. Star Wars Phantom Menace. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this. Everyone sort of slagged it off back in the day. Like, movie tie-in games are trash. But from what I've seen of this game, it looks very ambitious. Like, it follows the movie and does more than follow the movie. Like, it's a highly ambitious adventure game. Like, from what I've seen of this, it looks like they put a lot of effort in there. LucasArts. So I kind of looking forward to playing with it. This Phantom Menace is actually my favorite of the prequels. That's not a popular opinion, but I like Phantom Menace. So have this one in the library. Now I did have Force. What was that one called? Force Battles, the beat 'em up one. But now I have this one, which is cool. Tomb Raider Revelations. I didn't have this one. I have Tomb Raider 1 and 2. I put this one and tried to play it a little bit. It's so clunky, just like the others on PlayStation. I was thinking this one had dual analog support, but from the options, it doesn't have it. So if anyone knows, let me know which one has the dual analog. Oh, look, it does say... it says analog control. That might make it a lot better. I couldn't figure out how to access that. Because I would really like to play this if it had the dual analog control scheme. Anyway, and then the last one, this is why I bought the lot. This will pay for it, the whole thing. This is a game I wanted. So I'll either flip this or keep it. I kind of wanted to keep this game, so there was no other way I could have gotten all of this and this game for $45. This is the one I wanted, Evil Dead Hail to the King. This is one of my favorite horror movie series, and the game is okay. I could never beat this game. I had it on Dreamcast. I ended up trading it away or gave it away to a friend. Because I don't really collect for Dreamcast, but I wanted to have it for PlayStation. I could never beat it. I could get to disc 2, but it's just so freaking hard. Way harder than any Resident Evil game, I think. It's just very clunky and difficult, but man, I just kept driving forward with it because I like the series so much. I like Bruce Campbell in this role. I just love all of the Evil Dead movies. Both discs are here and they're in nice condition. So then I have the other two games for Xbox. So I'm glad I have this one again in my library, and I might try to beat it. It's really, really difficult for me though. I had a friend back when I worked at the pizza place that could beat this game legitimately. So I should probably give it a try. But I'm really glad to have this in my library. And if I could even just flip this and pay for all that other stuff, but I kind of wanted to keep this one. Very cool. So that's about it. There's my $45 purchase right there. Not that great, but in this day and age, it's not so bad. There's my Wing Commanders. Anyway, so I just thought I'd share that with everyone. Everyone keep safe and be respectful to everyone. I'm kind of blessed that I live in a nice area. Like everyone's very respectful to each other. As I noticed going home last night during 4th of July, everyone was out celebrating, being very respectful of one another. I live in a very diverse community, a lot of different races and a lot of different political views, but everyone looks out for each other in my town for the most part. Of course, not everywhere's perfect, but I'm pretty lucky to live in a place like that. And I think there are more places like this than people realize. That just a lot of the negativity is exposed on the media and even on YouTube. Because like conflict and controversy kind of creates attention. You know what I mean? So you can't really blame people like that. That gets a lot of views. Just like any movie you watch, any game you watch, there's always a conflict. That's what keeps us drawn to these games or movies. There's always a conflict that they have to overcome. So everyone likes real life or political conflict. And which is good. Just everyone look out for each other, though. I'm sure you all do. Oh, and here's my kitty. My girls found a kitty in the backyard. This little spoiled brat, it was skin and bones when we got it. Now it gets the wet cat food every day. Anyway, so keep safe, guys, and yeah, take care. I'll try to do something more creative than this next week. Bye.